So, Jace, you know how celebrities and whatnot, a lot of them recently seem to have been coming up with their own brands of alcohol.
Yeah. Who's
Out
got
of
one now?
it's I just had a couple of interesting facts about this. Excluding wine, how many, what genre of celebrity do you think has the most alcohol brands?
Genre of celebrity?
Yeah, like TV stars, musicians, film actors,
Oh, okay,
sports
okay.
people, influencers.
Um, my gut says musicians.
You would be correct, at least according to InsideTheCask.com. Uh, those from the music industry account for 41% of celebrity alcohol brands, excluding wine.
Are we excluding wine just because like everybody and their mother's cousin
Everybody
has
has a
been doing
wine.
it?
Everybody has a wine.
I have a wine, maybe.
And out of all the different kinds of alcohol, again excluding wine, which do you think dominates the list between whiskey, rum, cognac slash brandy, agave spirits, gin, vodka, cocktails, other spirits, or no and low alcohol?
My gut says vodka, but there's been a few tequilas coming out. So one of those two.
Incorrect. Whiskey.
Really?
Whiskey accounts for 28% of the market, followed by tequila and vodka.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, when you hold the majority at 28%, that's pretty diversified market.
Mm-hmm. So that's just a little fun fact that I had. Um, I'm not interested in alcohol in the slightest, really, but I just thought that was interesting to point out.
I say
Um,
the other one a lot of people are getting it, a lot of celebs are getting into is weed strains.
yep, yep. Now that it's being decriminalized and legalized in more states, that's just gonna
and,
ramp up.
and rescheduled.
Yeah, and like, does it really surprise you as some of the people like she uh Tommy Chong having his own strain
Oh,
just
Cheech and
makes
Chong have their
sense.
own brand
Yeah, yeah,
of
yeah.
edibles, paraphernalia. I think they have one or two dispensaries of their own. Like, of course, those two have their own, their hand in the market.
I mean,
But like,
Snoop Dogg has both alcohol and weed.
right?
I think
Uh,
Snoop Dogg specifically has a gin,
yeah.
which makes sense.
He also is one of the labels for, I believe it's 19 Crimes, the wine.
Oh, really?
Hilarious part being is it's a paired bottle with Martha Stewart
Oh, interesting.
because of that unlikely friendship.
Right. Yeah, they both went to jail.
But like, yeah, you have the obvious ones like those guys, but then you have people like Kevin Nash and Ric Flair. Like Rick has his own brand of, like, I want to say uh, flour and concentrate,
Hmm.
and Nash has his own brand of flour called
Interesting.
Jackknife.
That's a good name.
Yeah, but like, does it really surprise you that
I mean,
Kevin
no.
Nash calls his weed strain Jackknife?
No, not at all.
But yeah, I mean, make the money where you can. Like, I guess that's the only thing you can say about it.
But yeah, I just thought that was interesting statistics. The other thing I wanted to bring up right at the top here, just so I don't forget, uh, when's the last time you've been to Wendy's?
A couple of weeks.
So I don't know when it came out, but have you tried the new triple berry frosty?
I have not, but it is on my list. Is it good?
It is so fucking good.
I kind of thought it might be.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me a little bit of like Superman ice cream.
What?
Have you never
Excuse
had
me?
you've never had Superman?
Oh no, I've had Scooperman. It is one of my favorite flavors.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that this tastes like that?
Yeah, kinda. Or at least it has shades of it.
I'm in trouble. I'm already a fat ass, and I'm about to get fatter.
Yeah, it's more on the like cherry strawberry like side of Superman ice
Gotcha,
cream, but
gotcha.
really good. I'm still not quite sure what Blue Moon is, but what is the flavor of Blue Moon ice cream?
I used to know that.
The hell?
Uh,
I'm looking it up. What is
already got
the
it. Smurf Blue Marshmallow Sweet.
It doesn't there's no like I also forgot that fucking Google is dog shit anymore.
uh, yeah, it doesn't really give what the flavor of it is. It seems to be some kind of citrus or berry, usually though, from what I can do in a see in a a quick Google.
Okay, I'm on sports.com. Says, much like Coca-Cola, the official recipe for Blue Moon ice cream is shrouded in secrecy, but homemade recipes for Blue Moon ice cream call for raspberry and lemon flavorings along with vanilla pudding mix, egg yolks, sugar, heavy cream, vanilla extract, and blue food coloring. All of the things that people claim Blue Moon tastes like are marshmallows, vanilla, amaretto, black cherry, vanilla pudding, bubblegum, cotton candy, and Fruit Loops.
It's also originated from Michigan.
Oh, well, hey, it's an original Midwest creation. If you count Michigan as the Midwest. Do you
Yeah,
count
multiple
Michigan as the
cities in the region claim to be the originator, with popular theories being Plainville, Michigan, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and Ludington, Michigan, or
Lu-
Ludington.
I was gonna say what Rootington?
Ludington,
Oh,
Ludington.
I thought you said rude.
No.
Do you believe Michigan is part of the Midwest?
I mean,
There are some people who don't believe Ohio's part of the Midwest, and I'm like, you're insane if you think that.
geographically, to me personally, it's never made sense, because if the West is like Oregon and Washington and California and all that, shouldn't the Midwest be like Missouri and like up and
Uh,
north and south of it? And
Missouri, Iowa, Kansas, like that kind of area ish. Is
shouldn't
what
we be like,
I would consider Midwest.
shouldn't we be more like Mid East United States?
I think there is it because it's not Northeast. I think there is an actual name for it.
But yeah, no, it's where we get thrown is the Midwest. So
Yeah,
it's never made a lot of sense to me personally.
I know that there's a conglomeration of states like Michigan and Ohio that get lumped under like the Atlantic East, which doesn't make sense to me at all. But whatever.
Yeah, it sounds more like it should be like just the coast.
Not to pivot too hard into our usual bullshit of wrestling, but I don't know how old this quiz is, but I found the AEW Superfan quiz on TNTDrama.com.
Pretty sure that one's pretty old.
You want to do it? I have it pulled up.
I mean, I've literally watched all but a handful of Rampage episodes. Fuck it, let's go.
All right. Who won the first ever AEW Dynamite match? Cody, Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega, or Sammy Guevara?
It was between Cody and Sammy. Did they give Sammy the win?
I, for the life of me, can't remember. I think they did, though. Remember, Cody booked himself to lose all the fucking time.
Yeah, go Sammy.
Nope, it was Cody.
Okay. I knew it was those two.
Who is the
Because I
first
remember he came out with the fucking panda head, and that
Oh,
was the only
yeah.
goddamn time he did it.
Yeah, he dropped the panda thing, like, super fast. Who was the first wrestler in AEW to pin Riho? Was it Nyla Rose, Emi Sakura, Britt Baker, DMD, or Shoko Nakajima?
Oh, Shoko's in there as the wild card.
Yeah, this is another
'Cause they
match
had
that
a-
I don't remember.
Oh, shit.
We're trying to think back to 5 years, and a lot happened in those 5 years.
Right.
I can't even remember what I had for breakfast, like, yesterday.
It was Nyla, Shoko, Emmy, or Britt.
Yep.
Go Emmy.
It was Shoko Nakajima.
I knew she was in there as a wild card. I should have went with my gut.
Right.
It's like she's such a random one compared to the other three, because she was only in there for a handful of those early matches.
This next question is such a gimme. On the October 16th episode of Dynamite, Chris Jericho debuted which alter ego in AEW? The Painmaker, Le Champion, Dr. Pain, or Skateboard Papa? Could you imagine fucking Chris Jericho skates down to the ramp like Darby Allin? Could you imagine?
Right.
Holy
yeah, no,
shit.
Painmaker was debuted against Okada in New Japan. So that would have to be the champion. A little bit of the bubbly.
Actually, it was the Painmaker.
Really? I thought that was before
AEW. It was. It's which alter ego did he debut first on AEW?
Okay, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
That's me getting caught on the wording.
Oh, this is another gimme. What is SU's finishing maneuver called? Southern California Stunner, SC Uppercut, SCU Later, or the worst finisher I've ever seen?
Okay, see, this is a gimme for you because you are a fan of them. I was always more a fan of like Daniels by himself.
Yeah, it was well, you answer first actually. I know this one.
I want to say it's either the SCU Later or the worst finisher I've ever seen, because that fits the group.
It was the SCU Later. But
Okay.
The worst finisher I've ever seen is a fucking banger name, and if a wrestler doesn't pick that up, they really should.
Right.
Who is the youngest wrestler to wrestle on AEW Dynamite? Jungle Boy, Riho, Isaiah Cassidy, Chris Jericho. Why did you put Chris Jericho on there? Who wrote this quiz?
Okay, so yeah, this is way out of date because the actual answer is Nick Wayne.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it still has the old, like, color burst, like, particle spray.
I want to say out of those, that would either be Riho or Jungle Boy.
I'm pretty sure it was Riho.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Isaiah Cassidy.
How old was Isaiah at the beginning?
Let's see. Isaiah Cassidy, age. Currently he is I'm not good at math.
What year was he born?
97. So he's that would make him what, 27? And then minus 5 years he would have been 22.
I thought Riho was like 20. Okay, that's just me having people's ages wrong.
Oh, no, Riho is actually older by about a month.
Ah, one of those. Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Riho was born June 4th, 1997, and then Isaiah Cassidy was July 10th, 1997.
Gotcha.
All right.
God, I love those like splitting hairs answers like that.
I love a good, like, technicality, like, sort of pedantic answer.
Right.
According to Justin Roberts, Private Party weigh how much? 24 ounces of vodka cranberry, 2 barrels of whiskey, a quart of rum, or 2 bottles of tequila.
The vodka cranberry.
Yeah, that's vodka cranberry. On the October 30th Rick and Morty themed episode of AEW Dynamite, Kenny Omega dressed up as which popular video game character? Sora from Kingdom Hearts, Banjo from Banjo-Kazooie, Sans from Undertale, or Kratos from God of War?
That'd have been Sans.
Sans from Undertale. Chris Jericho's Judas theme song includes which ending lyric? I will drag you down and blank. What? Sell you out, buy you lunch, break you down, end you.
Here I go going through the fucking lyrics.
singing the song to yourself in your head. I know which one it is just because I unironically really like that song.
Same. It's like the only good song the band has, but
Burn Me Out is really good. So the choices are, to fill in the blank, I will drag you down and sell you out, buy you lunch, break you down, end you.
I want to say Sell You Out.
You'd be correct. I don't even know this one. Who is Patricia Bobsky? The head of HR at AEW, Cody's mom, Chris Jericho's aunt's friend from church, or nobody? I feel like Chris Jericho's aunt's friend from church is some dumb shit that he would say.
I think so. I believe that was something he threw in a promo.
We were both correct there.
Like, it's such a weirdly, like, specific relation that, that's a Jerichoism.
Yep, sure is. In what city did Jon Moxley wrestle his first AEW Dynamite match? Washington, D.C., Boston, Massachusetts, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, or Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania? Did he wrestle on the first Dynamite? Because I was in D.C.
That's what I'm trying to remember.
Feel like he did. If he didn't, that would have been a weird move. But then again, he might have been in Japan also.
It also may have been one where he just showed up and wrecked house and didn't officially wrestle.
Oh, yeah, true. AEW
Because
does like to be...
that's one of the weird ones here is like, he was on those early ones, but when was his first official match?
Right, like Mercedes Moné technically debuted March 2024, but didn't actually wrestle until May. So
I want to say, yeah, either he did it right away or it was in Philly to go for the hardcore fan connection.
Yeah, let's go Philly. Nope, it was Boston.
I'm not good at remembering where shows were.
This next question just got me just based on the choices for the answers. What's the name of Hangman Adam Page's entrance music? Old Town Road, Yeehaw Cowboy Time, Wild Gunner, or Ghost Town Triumph? I don't know this. I love his theme song though. I so wish it was Yeehaw Cowboy Time, but it's not. And it's not Old Town Road.
Is it Ghost Town Triumph?
Let's give it a shot. Yes it is.
Okay. It sounds like a wrestling theme.
Yeah, and when you like play the music in your head, it does sound kind of triumphant.
Like you're running through like you just got done with the shootout in the ghost town and you're wandering off.
Yeah, riding out into the sunset. All right, last question. Who is the tallest wrestler in AEW? You know this is outdated because Satnam Singh isn't on the list.
Is Big Show on the list?
No.
Okay.
The choices are Dustin Rhodes, Jake Hager, Luchasaurus, or Trent. Well, it ain't Trent. It'd be hilarious if it was.
Dustin is super tall.
He really is. I think he's like 6'5" or some shit. Jake Hager and Luchasaurus, not too sure. I feel like it's a tie between Dustin Rhodes and Luchasaurus.
I want to say it's Luchasaurus.
Let's give it a shot. Nope, it was Dustin.
Okay.
Oh, but this,
I was trying to remember if he and Luchasaurus had ever like when they stood next to each other last. When I was trying to picture it.
yeah, I can't think of that either. Oh man, to get the results, I gotta fucking sign up for AEW updates. I don't want to give TNT
Whatever.
Drama my email. You know what? We got most of them right, so it's fine. I don't need to know
Ugh.
how much of a super fan we are.
But now we're on that build for Forbidden Door, and that is next weekend.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, because I fucking work during Forbidden Door.
Yeah, it's the 30th, I believe, so next Sunday.
Yeah, I work. That
So yeah,
sucks.
I feel like that one's gonna be pretty damn good. What with having actual like Stardom and CMLL and not just AEW and NJPW this time.
Mm-hmm. I'm just happy that more companies are working together. I love it when there's a good crossover. Like, I don't watch TNA or WWE, but anytime I see like TNA talent on NXT, I'm like, oh, yay, that's good. Like, Joe Hendry was just in NXT, and his theme song got stuck in my head for like 3 whole days.
I'm call me cynical, but I have reservations about WWE working with anybody because it's always been like very them first. Now, I
Yeah,
fully admit that is from me watching history and that is under Vince. It's now Triple H, things could be different. I'm trying to reserve judgment. I'm just saying my initial
based on
thought is
patterns.
yeah. And the fact that
Well,
NXT got Jordan Grace and Joe Hendry, and who has
Mickey
TNA
James,
got?
Mickey James, also crossed over, but she was in WWE longer, so it makes sense for her to be over there sometimes.
But like they had uh somebody from NXT show up for Jordan's open challenge at TNA's latest pay-per-view.
Oh, I'm
But
not sure.
I can't remember who it was, which I guess kind of fits the point I'm making. Like they didn't really send anybody memorable. But hey, I'm sure when this finally airs, that's gonna piss somebody off. And
Probably.
I don't really care. I'm an unashamed AEW fan, and I don't like WWE anymore. Haven't for years.
I'm just trying to find out what TNA's most recent pay-per-view was.
Resurgence, I believe. I think it was Resurgence or something like that. Let me
It was called Against All Odds.
oh no, Against All Odds.
All right, who appeared? Okay, yeah. So, Jordan Grace was against Tatum Paxley from
Yeah,
NXT.
fucking Tatum Paxley. I don't even know who the fuck that is.
I guess she was in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic a few years ago. Yeah, I don't keep up with WWE or NXT, but it is admittedly pretty cool to see someone cross over. I like that in any promotion. It's always like a
Ag-
it's always like a oh hey.
Agreed, but like I'll be more impressed when they send somebody of actual name and name value.
Yeah, Tatum Paxley seems like a weird pull. But I mean, Jordan Grace lost in NXT and then won in TNA, so that makes things even.
Yeah, like that's your normal crossover booking. Like you win in your home promotion, you lose when you go over unless it's like that opening volley of the invasion angle.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're doing a full invasion angle, then you do some back and forth wins. But like yeah, that booking doesn't bother me. That's normally how that goes.
So, this is a complete left turn. Um, but when you said you lose when you're away, you win when you're home. Uh, for some reason I was like, oh yeah, I should look at the Stanley Cup championship game real quick. I didn't know that the championship game was today as of we're recording. Like, it's game 6 and it's the finals. Oilers are up 1-0. I still don't think they're going to win though.
But I'm trying to remember who's up in the series.
Panthers.
Okay.
Yep.
Wait a minute. Did the Panthers go up 3-0?
They have more wins than losses. Yeah, the Panthers are 3-0 going into the final. Or no, wait. Today's game 6. There's still a 7th game.
I'm trying to think if the Panthers just open the series with 3 wins and are about to fucking get pushed to game 7. Oh, that's...
Yeah, so Panthers won the first 3 games, and then Oilers have won the last 2 games.
Oh, that's demoralizing. Oh, that'll get into your head. That'll really fuck with you.
So if the Oilers win this game, it gets pushed to game 7.
I can almost guarantee you if the momentum holds, it's going to game 7.
Yeah. It all hinges on this game.
Because they've already brought it back to this point. They've already took a slug right to the Panthers' momentum.
It's kind of insane that the Oilers have gotten this far.
It's the Oilers' series to lose at this point.
Yep. Well, we'll see how that goes, and then maybe report back on a future episode of After Dark. Sorry for that sidebar tangent.
Watch them lose tonight.
Yeah, right. It's like we hop off the call, and then it's like, oh, well, Panthers won the cup. Just popping in here to report that Oilers did, in fact, force a Game 7, and they're the first team since 1945 to do that, and then the Panthers won the Stanley Cup.
Okay, well, fuck me then.
Just record a quick little amendment to throw in.
Yeah, no, I tend to check out once my teams are out.
I've been keeping an eye on the playoffs this year, and then when the next season starts, I plan to go full bore into it. I'm going to keep an eye on the Red Wings.
Good call. Very good call.
I mean,
that's my team.
They're the most local team, so as in the NHL anyway.
I mean, for where we live, yeah, they would be the ones closest to us would be the Blue Jackets or Red Wings.
Blue Jackets?
Columbus.
Oh, yeah, but fuck Columbus.
Technically, even the Blackhawks, but that's pushing it. And I would have to end our friendship if you went with the Blackhawks.
Oh, is that Chicago?
Yeah.
Why are they bad?
No, it's just Original Six rivalry.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm a Wings fan. Like, I have the logo tattooed on me.
That's taken fandom to another level. I say contemplating Kingdom Hearts, Dungeons and Dragons, and My Chemical Romance tattoos. Man, my brother has 2 tattoos now, and I'm like, everybody in my family has a tattoo except for me. What am I doing wrong? I just need to get over and go get a tattoo. My brother just got one of Adam Copeland's WWE like merch designs tattooed on his arm. I had to edit it a little bit. It's like the devil horns, but the wrist is a skull.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
And then it says R on it. Looks pretty sick. And then I found out his tattoo artist does anime, D&D, and a bunch of other like cool designs.
Nice.
So I'm like,
yeah, not every artist does every style.
Yeah, and he has a really cool style too. It's like, it's not like super cartoony, but it's in a like kind of a bold style, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
He does Pokemon designs too, and I'm like, all right, that solidifies it. I need a Gengar and I need a Bulbasaur.
Right.
And somewhere down the line, I would love to get a Sylveon because Sylveon is my favorite evolution.
Uh,
What's your favorite evolution? Let's
I knew
explore
you were
that for
going
a
to ask
second.
that, so I started thinking on it.
Because I like Sylveon and Leafeon the most.
Now, do I go my real answer or do I go the meme answer?
I swear to God, if you say Vaporeon,
but
I
God,
will
they're perfect.
defenestrate you.
But they're perfect.
No, you know who's
And you know
perfect?
why they're perfect.
No, you know who's perfect? Mareep.
I'm just saying, like, anybody that knows the copy pasta we're referencing, we know how fucked you are too.
If you know, you know. I only know it because it was forced upon me. I did not seek it out myself.
Um, uh,
And I'm not a goddamn furry. Although I did do a Pokemon Smash or Pass video.
I guess I'm gonna be Edge Boy and go with Umbreon.
Hey, Umbreon's cool. Oh no, I'm evolving my Eevee at night.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Umbreon's cool. I wish they would just do more evolutions. You have more Pokemon types that you haven't tapped into yet. Where's
Give
the
us a rock.
dragon evolution?
I was gonna say, give us a rock one, give us a dragon one. Do we have a steel one yet?
Nope. Don't
We
have a
don't have a
steel
bug
type.
one.
Don't have a bug one.
Don't have a ghost. I don't think.
Nope. No ghosts.
I'm hoping
If they do add another type for Eevee to evolve into, you know they're just gonna come up with another convoluted way of evolving.
Yeah, fair.
Like maybe for like to evolve into a ghost type, maybe you have to be in like a weird ruined town and whatever the next set of games may be.
That or could be like for
I just thought of something worse and sadder.
no the primate evolution where they have to faint because the evolution is a ghost type, so they technically have to die.
Well, that ties into what my sadder thought was, is that Eevee can only evolve into the ghost type if you level it up in the Pokemon Tower.
Yeah.
But then yeah. I don't know, that might be cool. Just spitballing ideas. Hey, Game Freak and Nintendo.
Right.
Hit us up. We're full of ideas. Actually, don't. Asking the Pokemon fandom, anybody in the Pokemon fandom for ideas is just leading to bad ideas.
Yeah. Very, very bad ideas.
Hey, I get this really cool Pokemon that has perfect EVs and IVs, and it can one shot anything at level 2.
Yeah, see, okay, I get people enjoy playing it that way, but to me, if you are spending more time breeding your Pokemon to get this perfect stats and personality and everything, like, to
Yeah.
me, you've lost the point of the games.
Yeah. Pokemon to me has always been, oh look, I'm collecting little buddies.
Yeah, I'm collecting cool looking little animal buddies. I get there's the competitive scene, and like if that's your jam, all right, go ahead, like, have your fun. I do not see the appeal.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I really don't. It just I don't see where that's fun.
I bounce pretty hard out of competitive anything because I I know that once I do get sucked into a game super hardcore, I do end up getting really competitive with it. Like, I got that way with Overwatch in a bad way. I was spending
Like,
entire days playing Overwatch and then, like, just getting unnecessarily pissed if I lost a match.
like a little bit of grinding can be fun, but the amount of grinding that you have to do to get some of the shit
Yeah.
for, specific combinations of personalities and IV types and all that. Like No.
Yeah, like the only
That's not appealing to me.
the only time I would do any kind of like grinding or something like that is if I'm shiny hunting. Like I'll do a
it,
shiny hunt.
and
But
even
that's the extent of it.
and even for me, like I'm not sure I'm even willing to go that far because the shiny odds are so low.
Uh
Though I say that having played the most recent ones and
it's
have like
way easier to get a shiny in the newer games.
I was gonna say and have like 4 of them.
Yeah, I've got quite a few. I've got quite a few on Pokemon Go also.
Uh,
But
I'm trying to remember what ones I have actually.
I remember my first shiny Pokemon, and I'm not gonna count Red Gyarados that you can get in Gen 2.
Before
Um,
anybody really understood what the fuck shinies were.
exactly. My first shiny Pokemon was I always get the 3 like lake spirits from uh Diamond and Pearl mixed up, but I believe I got shiny. Yes, okay. I got shiny Azelf in my copy of Pokemon Diamond. And that was before I even knew what a shiny Pokemon was. I thought that was just what Azelf looked like.
Right.
And then I was showing my friends and they're like, "Oh no, dude, you got the shiny one." I was like, "What the fuck is the shiny one?
Yo, what the fuck's that?
What's a shiny?" I mean, at that time I didn't really have internet yet, or because we had to get rid of internet for a while for like money saving, and then we didn't get
Right,
it
no, I
back
get you.
until several years later. And
I'm
even then,
saying
when I was on the internet, I wasn't looking at Pokemon stuff. I was playing RuneScape or Neopets.
I know I have a shiny Vaporeon. Because I like that
Oh,
kind of like purplish pink.
yeah. I'll tell you what, the shiny the shiny variants are very hit or miss.
Yeah, some of them it's like really that's your change?
Yeah, I have a shiny Poliwhirl and I was like, "Oh, cool, he's just a lighter shade of blue."
Right.
Rad. And then
Um
some shinies are like that weird piss green.
yeah.
I
No,
hate those ones. Those
I
suck.
know one of the other ones I have is uh oh crap, what's their name? They're like the Raven, but they have like the knight armor.
Corviknight?
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, as soon
Caught
as you
that
said
one from
Raven with knight armor, I was like, I got you.
yeah, like I caught that one from the first stage and raised them all the way up through. Because that one goes from black to like all white.
Yeah. So,
That shiny, that shiny looks really cool.
a long time ago, GameStop was doing a mystery gift for a shiny Gengar, which doesn't sound as cool because shiny Gengar is just a lighter shade of purple. But
Right.
it was when Mega Evolutions were a thing. Um, and shiny Mega Gengar looks sick as fuck because it's all white. He's got like a third eye. He's
Right.
just huge.
So I'm looking through this because I know I'll know the ones once I see them. Like, oh yeah, that's the other one I got.
I miss Mega Evolutions. Gonna be completely honest.
Yeah, they were kind of fun.
So, I just don't like that after Mega Evolutions came and went, every subsequent generation had to have its own gimmick. Like after Mega Evolutions, it was Z moves, and after Z moves, it was Dynamaxing, which sounds like looks maxing, kind of. um, and then in Scarlet Violet, you have the Paradox Pokemon. And Terra Sterilization. I was trying to remember the name of that.
Okay, see, I'm gonna stop you right there because I actually really like the Paradox Pokemon.
No, I do
As
too.
dumb as they are.
I meant Terra Sterilization. The Paradox Pokemon isn't really I wouldn't call it a gimmick.
That reminds me,
But it is kind of ultra beastie.
I have the DLC for
I
God,
haven't
which
bought.
one?
I haven't beat Scarlet Violet yet.
I have both of them, but I've only bought the DLC, I think, for Violet.
Yeah, I haven't
But
beat
I,
Violet yet, and I'm like,
but I haven't actually played it since it released
I'm
for
stuck in the
the
Elite
DLC.
Four.
So
I'm stuck on the Elite Four. It's hard. How the fuck?
yeah, see, my problem is I end up going for all the little extra shit first. So I have like the uh the Guardian Beasts,
Right, right.
and they just make everything fucking trivial.
I don't know how, but one of my ring lights just turned itself on.
Do 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 do.
Was it? Does my mouse have like an infrared sensor or something in it? I was wiping like I was wiping hand sweat off my mouse.
The ghosties, gooblies, and
That
gobblies.
was that was weird. That was spooky. I don't like it.
Spoopy. Spooktacular.
Man, I wish we
Ugh.
had some kind of summertime Halloween.
I mean, Christmas in July is a thing. Let's make Halloween in June.
I mean, Pride Month might as well be Halloween. At least for straight people.
I would say
Scare
be
all
careful
the
where you go with this.
scare all the straight people. The
Uh,
cishets, get them. Nah, we love our allies. So the reason episodes have been coming out a little later than normal and with huge gaps between them is because one, life is like super hectic. D is getting ready to move. I went to Canada for a week.
yeah,
Jake
had
has
a
a
kid.
baby. And then I don't ever know what Nick is up to.
So like there may be some like structural changes to everything just based on everybody's availability.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to talk briefly about my trip to Canada. Jace, do you have any questions about Canada?
I mean, I've been
Yeah, but
twice.
you've been to Ontario, I'm assuming.
Well, Ontario the one time, and then the other time it was the drive through to get to Maine.
Oh, that sounds like a fun drive. I want to go to
I
Maine.
mean, it sounds like it, but in reality, it's 13 hours in a car.
Yeah, you know what? Scratch that. That sounds awful. I'll just take a plane, thanks.
Yeah.
That was on my trip. It was my first time flying, which uh I thought went well. I didn't get sick. I thought I was gonna get like really nauseous on the plane. I didn't, which is good. First flight, because I flew out from Detroit and I had a 5.5 hour layover in Minneapolis, which sucked. The flight from Detroit to Minneapolis was like super hot and sweaty because I had a middle seat and the AC in that particular plane, not great.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. And it was like 92 degrees that day.
Oh, even better. You
Yeah.
were in a sausage tin.
And cramped. Um,
Beanie weenies.
but I had a window seat from Minneapolis to Calgary, which was infinitely better. And I got to watch Aladdin on the in-flight entertainment console. So, the thing about planes, so even I'm aware that I did ride on like a smaller jet that could only fit like 150 some odd people.
Right.
Um, but even then, that was smaller than I would have expected. It was literally basically like a bus with wings. Um,
Yeah,
I,
that's pretty much it.
yeah, I expected to be on one of the planes that had like seats on one side, seats in the middle, and then seats on the other. Like one of those big commercial jets.
You were thinking more like what would that be? 747?
Yeah.
Did you meet any moose?
I did not unfortunately get to see any moose. I only
I would actually count.
let me preface let me preface. There was a moose exhibit at the Calgary Zoo. However, the moose was not on exhibit. Its little exhibition area was empty. I was like, oh, wanted to see the moose. I got to see an ox and caribou.
Yeah, I would actually argue that not running into a moose is of the better option.
Well, I wanted to run into it while it was in captivity.
Okay, that's fair. But yeah, no, moose give no fucks.
when we were driving along the highway going up to Banff and Lake Louise, I was taking a look out in the foothills of the Rockies for any moose or bears that may be around, but I saw fucking nothing but birds.
I'm trying to remember. I think it's elk.
Elk too, yeah. I try to keep a
that
lookout for
have
them.
this just haunting fucking scream.
Elks are terrifying.
like it's just this like kind of high pitched wail, and I could understand if you're walking, like sun's going down, and all of a sudden you just hear an elk call. You're like, oh fuck, because I would think it's a banshee. Like,
yeah, I have heard elk scream before, just like in videos and such, but
yeah, I think it's elk that I'm thinking of. It's an elk bugle. Yeah.
I tried poutine for the first time, and from what my comments on TikTok have so graciously corrected me, it's actually pronounced poutine, and I'm like, shut up, nobody calls it poutine unless you're French, and nobody in Alberta, at least most
nobody likes the
I don't think that was one thing I learned too. I was like, I know we're in British Canada, but why is there French everywhere? And all my friends in Calgary were like, yeah, blame Quebec.
Yeah, like even Quebec doesn't like Quebec.
But yeah, seeing the French everywhere was kind of a culture shock. I
can imagine.
Their actual like physical cash is way cooler than American money.
Loonies and toonies.
I have a couple right next to me, actually. I have roughly $70 of Canadian money.
Look, how can you not love a currency called loonies?
They're called that because there's a loon on it.
I know, but like it's fun.
It is, yeah. Meanwhile, we just have silver dollar, quarter, dime, nickel, penny.
And if the name didn't give it away, a toonie is a $2 coin.
Yes. And it's got like a coin embedded within itself.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, it's a silver outer disc and then like a
golder inner.
Yeah, bronzy gold depending.
Actually, I think it is bronze. Let me take a good look. I have it in my hand right now. I think that is bronze. I could be wrong though.
But yeah,
this one's from 1996.
I love me some loonies and toonies.
Yeah, I got 2 toonies, I got 1 loony, I got a couple of quarters and dimes, and then as far as like bills go, I have 3 $20 and a $5 bill. I wish I got more variations of bills, but the ATMs only spat out 20s for me, which was unfortunate. But yeah,
I'm trying to remember who's on their paper money, and I can't remember.
Well, the Queen is definitely on at least, I think, the 5.
Yeah, I knew she was on one of them. I couldn't remember which.
I could take a look at it right now, but I'm too lazy to open my wallet and pull it out. Yeah, who cares also? The Queen is dead. Jeez, I'm so sorry.
Get up and move and fuck that.
Calgary, by the way, beautiful city, and I so wish that I was near a city like Calgary. It was super walkable. They have a fucking passenger rail system that rules ass unless you're trying to ride during rush hour, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, but that's anything at rush hour.
Yeah. So one time I got on the train during rush hour and it was super packed. I'm talking like I had to stand and I couldn't even hold on to like one of the hand railings
Oh damn.
because of how many people were in there. So I was just kind of freestanding in the middle of the train. And then someone walks in with their like mountain bike, which you're not supposed to do during rush hour, but whatever. Um, so anytime we like stopped and started, I had to hold on to that guy's bike, and every time it felt like I was about to rip it out of his hands. And I'm just like, sorry, dude, but I don't want to fall over.
Right.
Because being from, you know, Toledo, where we don't have trains that aren't the Amtrak, it's like I don't have train legs.
Right. No, I get you.
Yeah, literally on the first full day that I had in Calgary, I think I rode the C train for like 3.5, 4 hours total. So I was just zipping back and forth around downtown. It was really fun. There's a street, or there's an area of downtown Calgary called, oh fuck, what is it called? Called something.
Pretty sure everything is called something.
Okay, yeah,
Gotta be a bit more specific than that.
I'm trying to recall the name.
I know, I'm just being, smart ass.
Anyway, I can't remember the street or the area of downtown, but this one stretch of road, the layouts of the shops were like, coffee, bar, coffee, record store, coffee, bar, coffee, restaurant.
People like their caffeine.
When I say coffee, I mean diner. There's just so many different diners there.
Gotcha.
And like cafes. And then when you move on to a different street, it was kind of the same, but the difference was the frequency of marijuana dispensaries. it was like tea shop, weed, coffee, weed, bookstore, weed, bar, weed. So yeah, if you ever want,
people like to smoke.
There was a dispensary down the street from my Airbnb called Value Buds.
Yeah, some people are more creative than others with their names.
So I'm like, damn, if you ever wanted super easy access to weed, go to Calgary. Because goddamn.
I mean, weed's never been that hard to get a hold of.
I mean, true. So my favorite part of the trip, aside from meeting all of my like streamer and gamer friends that live in that area, I went up to Lake Louise. There's a beautiful lake sandwiched between two mountains. That was like a 5-year dream come true.
Nice.
And then Banff. Banff is a super touristy town, but it was just nice to be there. It's very pretty. It's got like a rustic look to it. And also it was another one of those places where like the line of shops were like every second shop was like a souvenir clothes store.
Right.
They had a nice little candy shop though that I really liked. I can't remember the name of it. It was a super like hole in the wall candy store that had they had the brand names. They had some like imported stuff from like Japan and China. And then They had a ton of like handmade candy, of which I didn't get any because my hands are full.
Right.
I did get Chinese imported gummy Skittles though. Those were good. I was like, I need Skittles gummies in my life, please. Thanks.
If you like those, I don't know if you know the place, even though you live in Toledo. Have you ever heard of Kieran?
I've heard of it. I haven't been there.
They have. It tends to rotate out because it's the nature of import. But every so often they have some of those like gummy Skittles and like other fruity candy gummy stuff.
Was
My
that
wife and I will make a trip down there every couple of weeks
was
just to
that
grab shit.
is that Kieran Asian Mart?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I know where it is. I just haven't been there.
And I highly recommend it. I love the place.
I think I used to live like right down the street from it briefly
Like I
when I
said,
was
we go there every couple of weeks.
well, I should see about getting there and getting some import stuff.
And I mean, like, they have all kinds of import stuff, like Japanese, Chinese, Korean, Vietnamese. They even have fresh fish and shellfish in the back.
Ooh, that sounds good. Speaking of Asian food, you know what I had for the first time while I was up in Calgary? Well, it was while I was in Banff, but there's a Korean street food restaurant called Honky, and I got a chicken bulgogi, which was really fucking good. I unfortunately did not have a Korean corn dog, but the
A
next time
what?
up, Korean corn dog.
What's the difference from a regular?
It's got different stuff on. I don't really know.
Gotcha. But we still need to make it. But like, out, I was able to get all the stuff for takoyaki at Kieran.
Ooh. And I haven't had a good takoyaki in forever. But what my trip to Canada has taught me is that I need to just go out and do things more.
Right? No, I get you.
Because, like, every day I was out and about downtown or with my friends doing something different.
Well, it's like the wife and I got memberships to one of the local art galleries and then one of the local zoos. So that way we don't have to pay for admission. All we have to pay for is gas. We want to get out of the house, we can just go.
Yeah. I mean, that's another thing, too, is that, one, I don't own a car, and getting an Uber in Toledo is surprisingly harder than it is to get an Uber in Calgary. And also, we don't have a train here
Right.
because my Airbnb, like, legitimately was like a 5-minute walk from a train station. So I could get to downtown in like
I mean,
10
you got the
minutes.
Tarta bus.
Yeah, but
Yeah, exactly.
bus schedules are stupid and figuring out routes is dumb. Whereas on a train, it's like, okay, it's like 3 stations that way.
Right. No, I get where you're coming from.
But yeah, on a bus, it would be like, you go from the Hollywood Casino and then it's like, uh, next stop, North Side Toledo. Then
Right.
whatever. Real dumb. I've never been on a Tarta bus, though. That is one thing I should cross off the old bucket list, considering I've lived here for almost 30 years. I don't do public transportation is the thing.
You know, I get you. Some people have a thing about it.
The train, though. If we had a train, I tell you what, I would be on that shit all the time. If you can't tell, I was an autistic train kid growing up.
Just a little bit.
It was
Come
that and
across
it was
just a
that and
tiny bit.
dinosaurs for me. That and trains and dinosaurs were the hyperfixations. At least until I was 9 and got into Tony Hawk games. And then the hyperfixation was skateboarding, of which I was too
Uh,
scared to actually do.
my hyperfixation was video games.
Yeah, same.
Specifically, multi tens of hours long RPGs.
Yeah, see, I didn't play a whole lot of RPGs growing up.
Like, to the point that now I'm disappointed if it's anything under 40.
So,
You, you, you can understand why I have issues with a lot of modern gaming.
yeah. I like every once in a while it is nice to play a nice short game though.
True, but like for me at this point, it's like you don't distract me long enough.
So, let's end the episode on a question. Jace, what was your first video game that you remember playing anyway?
Oh god, I'm about to really fucking date myself. I don't remember exactly what game, but I can tell you what system.
What system?
Atari.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fucking old school.
My first game was Mortal Kombat 2 on the Sega Genesis. family was mostly a Sega household growing up.
Yeah,
We did have a
we
Super
were
Nintendo, but
Nintendo.
I didn't play it as much as Sega.
And if you want to go by game, I can first remember like sitting down and just playing and playing and playing.
Hmm.
That would be uh that original Ninja Turtles as regular old square Nintendo.
Oh, nice. The
Like
like
I
VCR
remember
Nintendo.
playing the Atari because my dad had one, but I couldn't tell you what games I played on it.
Well, yeah, it's also Atari, so the games are like pinball or
Right.
soccer.
But yeah, no, but yeah, like first one's like I can say like I remember sitting down and yeah, would be either that Ninja Turtles game or the original Zelda.
OG Zelda is so good. Yeah, the reason I say end the episode on a question is because Spotify has a Q&A feature for podcasts.
Oh,
So when this episode goes up, there will be a question if you scroll down in Spotify a little bit. That'll be what was the first video game you remember playing? So go ahead and
gotcha.
answer that. If you answer, we'll read it on a future episode mayhaps. That'll be the Q&A. If you fill that out, that would be pretty cool if you did. And until next time, we'll talk at you some other time. I don't know when. Anything can happen. I could even fart into the microphone and upload that as a podcast. Who knows?
Yeah, sorry
The
if these get a little bare for a while, guys. Like life's happening. We got
life
to do what we got to
happens.
do.
Yeah. But we appreciate you for sticking with us anyway. Bye.
Bye.